let me take you to this next step in this dynamic of supervision, and that is giving you what I call a simplified mission statement of a supervisor. A simplified mission statement for a supervisor simply says to accomplish predetermined objectives through others. Now see, if I was going to say what's a simplified mission statement for just an individual or for an officer or just from a worker or a subordinate, I would say it's just the first part. To accomplish predetermined objectives. In other words, someone in leadership, some authority over you, determines what the objectives and the goals are going to be, and it's your job to go and fulfill those particular objectives, to accomplish the predetermined objectives. That's if you were just a worker, but because you're a supervisor, because you're in a position of authority, in a position of leadership, your job is incredibly more complex, is incredibly more difficult and challenging, because your goal is to accomplish these predetermined objectives through others. And that makes it extraordinarily difficult and challenging and mind-numbing at times as we're dealing with the motivation of other people. So when we talk about accomplishing something, really we're talking about, by definition, change. We're going from one state of affairs to hopefully an improved state of affairs. We're making a transition of some type. We're accomplishing something. We're going from where we are today to where we would like to be tomorrow. That has to do with proper decision making. It has to do with problem solving skills. All these are important components of a supervisor. Now, predetermined, what does that mean? It means that there is a planning component here. There's a strategic component. We're not just randomly trying to accomplish things, but we thought this thing through and have some type of a plan, some type of an idea, some type of a vision of where we're trying to go forward into the future. Objectives, our objectives should be goal-oriented. They should be value-based. Everything associated with police dynamics and dynamic leadership is value-based. There's a character-based principle that underlies all of this. So we're making good decisions based upon the principles of integrity and good character. Now, the last part, though, that's the challenging part. That's where your leadership component comes into play, your leadership skills, accomplishing these things through other people. This deals with motivation, it deals with delegation, it deals with training, it deals with equipping, it deals with evaluation and feedback, it deals with proper discipline, it deals with all these different components of supervision and leadership packaged together, because a failure to do any of these things is a failure to lead. A failure to delegate is a failure to lead. A failure to train is a failure to lead. A failure to equip is a failure to lead. A failure to discipline is a failure to lead. So in the coming videos, we're going to be looking at some of these other leadership components and how they tie in to the overall police dynamics message.